G'day guys, how you going? Righto, here we go. Final update before tomorrow's big finale, leading up to the close of the BuzzaThon auction that's been running for the last 2 weeks. So 11 a.m. Perth time or 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time is the start of the show. The Buzz himself, the great Peter BuzzaThon, will be joining us along with my co-host Goz Margetta. We'll give you an update on where all the jumpers are at, and we will sort of keep an eye on the auction right up to the deadline, which is 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 12 o'clock Perth time. So, look, it's been fantastic. Just wanted to thank everyone that's been involved. Obviously, Goz Margetta, Kate Jezelenko for helping getting names and everything else, and everything that's been involved in the background. To the Buzz himself and his family, just for being so open and sharing what's a very private and intrusive experience, going through cancer, and being able to share that with everyone and raise awareness has been fantastic, and the feedback has been outstanding. So the Carlton family have proved what a wonderful family they are. We started this, not long after we started this, obviously, we had the hashtag Do It For Sam with his raising awareness as well for the Peter Mac Foundation, and the Carlton family haven't disappointed. The love and the care they show for their people is just extraordinary. So to Sam Doherty out there and everything that you've been doing to raise awareness, as well as the other people involved with that in the Carlton Football Club, amazing job, guys. To all the supporters, amazing job. To Pete and his family and all the supporters that supported him as well. It's been a whirlwind time for everyone. It really, really has, and we've loved every minute of it. It's so wonderful to give a bit back and do what you can to help people out, especially when it involves your Carlton family. Now, just a quick update on the auction pieces. We'll start with the number 4 signed Peter BuzzaThon. Is up to $750 with 4 bids. The Doro, John Dorotich, only has a 1 bid at $200. Now, Doro, guys, 1987 Premiership superstar, wonderful character of the Carlton Football Club. I'm very surprised by that one. Fantastic captain Fitzpatrick, the number 3, signed by the great captain of the Carlton Football Club, dual back-to-back Premiership captain Mike Fitzpatrick, and wasn't he fantastic on the BuzzaThon as well? That's up to $300 with a couple of bids. You got to be kidding me. Come on, guys. I know you're holding out to the last hour here. The number 25 signed by Fev, the great Fev, $360 with 5 bids, or 8 bids, I should say. Should have got me reading glasses for this because I'm reading it off my phone. Fevolenko. Now, this is the number 25 signed by Fev and Alex Jezelenko. Now, for all the Carlton people out there, they know that Jezza doesn't really sign much stuff or get in the public eye, but he's really wanted to support Buzz through his struggles with this, and we thank the Jezelenko family so much, especially Alex, for doing that for us. But to have Fev and Alex on the number 25 jumper, it's a one of a kind, guys. Good luck getting that ever again. We're very lucky that they've done that for the Buzz. That's up to $650. Now, I know at a pre-match function over here in the West, if I'm holding that up and doing a live auction in front of a big room, that I'll probably be getting a couple of K for that. So that's a bargain at the moment. The leading jumper, the highest bidding jumper at the moment, probably no surprise. It's a little bit of surprise to me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But Greg Diesel Williams, the number 2, dual Brownlow medalist, Premiership player at Carlton, back at the club as football director. Fantastic guy, gave up his time for us again a couple of weeks ago at the BuzzaThon. That is up to $1,200 with 17 bids. It's going off like a frog in a Carlton sock. So, guys, in the hot sun. So, still a long way to go for that one, guys. That is probably not doing it justice, to be honest. Dual Premiership, Carlton Premiership player, football director, all-round wicked bloke, to be honest. So get onto that. Harmsy, the famous 1979 tap-in from the chip stand, from the boundary in the pocket, ends up in the hands of Kenny Sheldon for the nail in the coffin to defeat Collingwood in the 1979 Grand Final. Wayne Harms, one of the most underrated players in the history of EFL AFL, one of my favourites. That's up to $350 with 2 bids. This is the one that I thought would be leading. This I'm going to announce now. It's Alex Jezelenko by himself, signing the number 25 jumper. That is like spun silk. Yeah, it's rare as hen's teeth, guys. That's up to $790 after 9 bids. I'm expecting a big rush on that one tomorrow. That is a bargain. Alex Jezelenko signed 25. Guys, that is a bargain. So, you've still got time. Remember, the deadline is 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time or 12 p.m. Perth time. But that's the close of the auction. It's all online, so once that's done, that's done. Jimmy Buckley is up to $200 with 1 bid. That one surprised me as well. Come on, where are all the Buck Daddy fans out there? Get onto it and have a bid. Kenny Sheldon, 1 bid for $200. Again, absolute superstar. 200 plus game player. Kicked that nail in the coffin goal in the 1979 Premiership to break Collingwood hearts. I raised my beer to Kenny Sheldon, and I think all you guys should raise your beer and have a bid on that one too. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. Rightio, Kenny Hunter. Kenny Hunter, $635 with 11 bids. No surprise there. Still, you got to remember, Kenny came over with Buzz in 1981, and while Buzz took mark and goal of the year, plus won the leading goal kicker for Carlton that year in a premiership year, which was extraordinary, Kenny comes over, wins a couple of marks of the rounds in his first year, and also wins the best and fairest in a premiership year, which, if you ask most players, they hold that in higher regard than the Brownlow medal. Winning a fairest and best at your club in a premiership year. That's what Kenny did in his very first year. The greatest number 9 who ever played for the Carlton Football Club, Kenny Hunter. Get onto that one, $635. I know there's going to be a rush tomorrow. Of course, the great Cooter, Anthony Koutafidis. That's only up to $300 with 3 bids, and that massively surprises me as well. I'm sure there'd be a few ladies up there that wouldn't mind mounting that jumper over the bed head there with the signature, maybe sniff it in the morning on the way to work. I don't know, but all of that aside, all of the change room jokes aside, Cooter was one of the greatest players to ever play for the club, a revolutionary player, and a hell of a nice guy as well. Always generously gives up his time, as he did a couple of weeks ago on the show. So well done, Cooter. Thank you. And guys, $300. Come on, Cooter. Jeff Southby. Here's another one that surprises me a little bit. Apart from the fact he's one of the nicest gentlemen I've ever met in my life, 200 plus gamer, multiple 4 premierships. That's up to $210 and 2 bids. He gave up his time a couple of weeks ago. Was fantastic on the BuzzaThon. Guys, got to get onto that one. That's a ripper. Sticks Kernahan, the great captain. We talked about Mike Fitzpatrick. How do you separate those two guys as great captains? I don't know. But Sticks as well always has the back of his teammates, even to this day. And he's done a fantastic job supporting Buzz and rounding up the players and making sure that the people support. So good on you, Sticks. Thanks for everything you've done, mate. That's up to $270 with 4 bids. Again, poor guys. Poor, come on. It's Sticks. I'll raise my beer to Sticks Kernahan. I'm glad he's not here. My fridge would probably be empty. But he wouldn't be here because he'd be on the golf course somewhere. Now, the next one is the number 4 signed by Sticks and Buzz. How's that? Sticks and Buzz, 2 of the greatest players for the club, skill-wise, everything else, characters as well, signing the number 4. That is, again, that's going to be a very rare piece, so get in amongst that. And we'll talk about this jumper behind me in just a moment, kindly donated by John Mackay. The Dominator, Wayne Johnston, still regarded universally by most people as the greatest finals performer of all time. Dusty Martin, you can hold his beer, my friend. Ooh, I wish this could go forever. I love that. That's up to $500 with 7 bids for the Dominator. That should be going up. Now, here's the one. The number 11. No, not Earl Spalding. Not Mitch McGovern. The number 11 signed by the one and only Flying Doormat, Brewstall. That's up to $600 with 7 bids. Get in amongst the guys. That is a bargain as well. It's a ripper. Aaron Hamill's been kind enough to sign a number 4 jumper. He wore 2 jumpers, of course. I wonder how many of you can remember the first number jumper that he wore at Carlton, but he also wore the number 4. That's up to $250 after only 1 bid. And welcome back, of course, Aaron, to the club as our defensive line coach. What a ripper. Here's I'm leaving the best till last here. 2 to go. The hyphen. David Rees-Jones, $300 after 2 bids. Again, 1987 Premiership player, Norm Smith medalist in that year. Why is that only $300? I'm expecting there are people just sitting on this waiting for tomorrow. And last but definitely not least, one of my favourite people. Love talking to him. Love his candour and his nature and just everything about him. Love the way he played. And when I was a young kid, starting to sort of fall in love with Carlton, about 10 years old. Well, Jones was he was a tattoo guy, and he was everyone thought he was a big tough guy and all of that with the tats, and he stood out. He was an iconic guy, but geez, what a fantastic ruck. Didn't mind a snag either, but what a fantastic ruckman. Could kick that snag, but him and Mike Fitzpatrick, duo in the ruck. No wonder Richmond didn't stand a chance in 1982. We weren't expected to win that one either. Well, I tell you what, he was a massive part of that campaign. And wow, thank you for all your support. That is up to $210 after 5 bids. What are people doing? Guys, these are some of the biggest names in Carlton folklore. Premiership stars. For those out there that say, yeah, that's the old, we got to look to the new, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe, the last 20 years of mediocrity we've been going through, maybe we haven't taken a step back enough to listen to these guys, learn about what it is to be a brotherhood and what it takes to be a premiership team. And I tell you what, these guys, they can articulate that absolutely perfectly. And we're very lucky to have these guys donate their signatures on these jumpers. Thank you to Shane O'Sullivan at the Carlton Football Club and anyone else at the Carlton Football Club that's helped out with this support for Buzz. And for everyone out there, all you boys, all the males out there, all the men, don't be proud. Go and get yourself checked out. If you feel anything unusual, go get it checked out. If you don't feel anything unusual, go get checked out. Get your blood tests, urine tests, scans, everything else. I get a check every year because I've got family history. So if I'm going to get anything, I want to find out now and get it done. It's really important to find these things early so that you can live a long and happy life and hopefully not have to put your family through going through the ordeal of living with cancer. It's not easy, guys, and any cancer survivor or any cancer sufferer will tell you, please, guys, go and checked out. Go and get checked out. It's really, really important. So, guys, the names there of those signed jumpers, does it get any bigger or better than that? Like I said, Premiership stars, superstars, Norm Smith medalists, Brownlow medalists, I've no idea why some of them are still so low, but I do suspect we're going to have a big day tomorrow. As I said, the show starts 1 hour before the deadline for the auction, and we'll give live updates as they're going along. Jimmy Buckley and Wow Jones is going to be joining us, along with Kenny Hunter, the Buzz himself live. I'm waiting to hear back from a few others. These guys, they just, anytime I mention the Buzz, yeah, well, come on. Buzz, you've got so many people out there that love you, mate, and you deserve it. And you're a superstar of the Carlton Football Club, and no one should forget it. So for you younger generation out there, why don't you do yourself a favour, get on the YouTube and search for Peter Buzzasto highlights, and you won't be disappointed. It's a fairly long reel, and it's very exciting. And we love the Buzz, and we loved him at the club, and we love him now. He's entertained us for years off the field after his retirement at sporting clubs around Australia. Champion bloke. Let's get behind him. He's a Carlton man through and through. We love you, Buzz. This auction is going to be huge tomorrow. Looking forward to the countdown. Go the Buzz and go the Mighty Blues.